Proceed, Senator Wafula.
Honorable Speaker, the zoning and the catchment area. Companies have been, or millers have been put together in a zone, and that zone provides a catchment area for them. This ensures, Honorable Speaker, that companies have an opportunity to operate within that specific area, compete in terms of pricing in that particular area, and gives the farmer an opportunity to benefit from that catchment area. Honorable Speaker, that catchment area turning into a zone gives the farmers an opportunity to equally get representation to the sugar board. So we are dealing with a scenario where the boundaries will give the companies an opportunity to harvest cane from that area and representation of farmers from those areas. Honorable Speaker, this sugar board will be able to give guidance in terms of sugar inspectors, where the inspectors will ensure the millers do the right thing in terms of human resource, hygiene, and environmental concerns. They will be able to ensure the quality of sugarcane given to farmers is monitored both by the county government and the millers. Therefore, I don't want to be able to go into much detail, but to assure Kenyans that today we have begun a new chapter where we are bringing to them a bill that will sort out the sugar industry mess and bring sanity to this industry. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I therefore call the Leader of Majority, my good friend, Senator Aaron Cheruiyot, to second. Thank you.
Senator Aaron, proceed to second the bill.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to second this bill, the Sugar Bill, National Assembly Bill number 34 of 2022. Mr. Speaker, sir, this is an extremely important bill touching on an industry that has been long neglected over the years, yet has the opportunity actually to give livelihood to millions of Kenyans and also save our country billions of shillings that we spend importing sugar from other countries that have organized their sector better than us and therefore earn to their farmers, Mr. Speaker, as ours continue to wallow in poverty. Mr. Speaker, first of all, I'd wish to congratulate my colleague, Senator Wakoli, a new member in this House, but who has quickly studied and established himself into the ways and practices of legislative culture, and today has moved a bill, Mr. Speaker, of an important, extremely important industry in this republic, and has done so with such zeal, Mr. Speaker, and such dedication over the last few weeks as I have consulted with him, listened to the stakeholders. When the stakeholders of this industry came to present before Senator Murango's committee, Mr. Speaker, I made sure that I found time to go and listen. I always try to create time, though I'm not a member of any committee as majority leader, Mr. Speaker, to listen especially to presentations before the Agriculture Committee touching on issues to do with the livelihood of our farmers, Mr. Speaker, because I wouldn't wish to one day pass a bill in this House, Mr. Speaker, that in a negative way ends up affecting the livelihood of the people I represent. I represent sugarcane farmers. Kericho is more known, Mr. Speaker, for tea, but the southern part of the county, Mr. Speaker, 3 constituencies to be specific, have actually sugarcane plantations. And they are so lush and green, well manicured, and equally as useful to the economy of the county of Kericho, Mr. Speaker, as tea is, Mr. Speaker. In fact, Mr. Speaker, a few days ago, I had visited a friend in Trans Nzoia, and later on, I was to visit another friend who lived in closer to Lake Kanyabol in Siaya County, Mr. Speaker. And on the way, as I traversed from Trans Nzoia, coming into Bungoma, Kakamega, Vihiga, and eventually to Siaya, Mr. Speaker, then back to Kericho, I couldn't help but notice the quality of cane, Mr. Speaker, that my farmers in Kericho are continuing to cultivate. And I was extremely proud of them, Mr. Speaker, because, Mr. Speaker, not to say much about them, but even the pilot that we were with on that journey did make a comment on the dedication of our farmers, Mr. Speaker, and the kind of work that they continue to do. Many senators, Mr. Speaker, in this House do not perhaps appreciate and know how much potential sugarcane farming has in their specific counties and how much it can alleviate millions of their constituents out of poverty if we manage this sector better, Mr. Speaker. It's unfortunate, Mr. Speaker, that we allowed this sector to collapse, Mr. Speaker, due to greed, Mr. Speaker, and many people that wanted to make a quick kill and quick money, Mr. Speaker, out of this particular industry, because the quickest way to make money out of the sugar sector, Mr. Speaker, is to open importation, Mr. Speaker, and therefore people go, you purchase from either Uganda and other COMESA countries, or sometimes even from the non-COMESA countries, because once every 4 or 5 years, Mr. Speaker, statistically, there is a sugar deficit in all the COMESA zones, and on such occasions, Mr. Speaker, you find that countries in the COMESA region open up for importation, Mr. Speaker, of sugar from non-COMESA regions. One such season in, Mr. Speaker, the closest was the 2022 towards the end,